So around 24 hours ago, the M25 protests started to bubble up, and journalists were dispatched, I'm sure, from many news organisations, one of whom was my colleague Charlotte Lynch, who joins me in the studio now to take you through a story. And I want to say here now, I am a huge supporter normally of what the police do. They are an extraordinarily brave band of men and women who are prepared to do all sorts of tasks, but this is one they have got, can I suggest, criminally wrong. Charlotte's in the studio with me. OK, let's just establish a little bit about your background. How long have you been a reporter?
For 5 years.
5 years as a reporter. You, I would imagine, have covered a number of events where there's been a live police presence.
Countless times, weekly, if not several times a week.
Are you carrying a press card that is acknowledged by the police services and emergency services up and down the country?
Yeah, and this is an official form of identification. All reporters carry it, and it's used for incidences like this where we have to prove who we are and why we're at a scene, often a criminal scene.
Take me through what happened, where you went to and what happened next.
So I went to the M25 Junction 21 with the M1 in Hertfordshire. I'd been there for around 45 minutes before two male officers approached me and questioned what I was doing as I was taking pictures and videos of the protester. I was on a road bridge over the motorway.
So this is a public area, you're
Yes.
not on private property?
No, public area, road bridge over the motorway, well clear of the demonstration. I was not down on the motorway. I wasn't with the protester. I immediately showed these officers my press card and explained I worked for LBC, which is owned by Global. The Global logo is on my press card. And I explained I was there reporting on the protest. They questioned how I got there. I said, in a car. They asked how I knew to be there. I said, Just Stop Oil had put on their social media the evening prior a warning to drivers that they'd be blocking the M25 again. Now, no sooner had I said that, and they mustn't have even spoken to me for 2 minutes, handcuffs were banged onto my hand, first my left hand, and I went to grab my phone with my right hand, which was immediately snatched away. And I was arrested for on suspicion of conspiracy to commit a public nuisance. Of course, my rights were read to me, so at that point I kept my mouth shut because I knew that whatever I said could be held against me. And that was it. I was searched on the side of the road. A female officer then came, searched me on the side of the road. All of my devices were taken away and I was put into a custody van and taken to Stevenage.
What dialogue? Was there any dialogue between any of the officers? Did they ask you questions about how you knew where to be?
That was the only question, was how did I get there and how did I know to be there?
And of course, I imagine this is through what are called journalistic contacts or sources, is that right?
Absolutely, yeah.
Now, I have to put to you, by the way, I don't agree with this, but I have to put to you, there will be people listening to this, if you had knowledge of what was taking place at Junction 21 of the M25, I'm sorry, why did you not, I know my answer, but why did you not tell the police, Charlotte?
Yeah, and we do have a free and fair press in this country, and it's not, the job of journalists to do the police's job for them. Now, it is our job to hold organisations to account on behalf of your listeners, on behalf of the public. And there are occasions where it is absolutely necessary to inform the police.
Oh, yes,
but those lines becoming blurred is a tricky thing.
What happens when you get to Stevenage Police Station?
Got to Stevenage Police Station. That journey took over an hour because of the M25 being closed.
And you're in the back of a police van or
in the
police
back
car?
of a police van, yes. Handcuffed, my hands were in front of me. Handcuffed the entire time.
Are you on your own?
Yes, on my own. The two police officers were behind the glass, almost cage, it is.
No, I've been in one. They're not particularly wholesome experiences.
And that is kind of when it dawned on me, gosh, I could be charged here, and everything runs through your mind. Have I actually committed this offence, even though I knew I hadn't? And we got to the police station and I thought, well, phew, I'll answer their questions and I'll be on my way. Obviously, they asked their welfare questions. Have you got any serious medical conditions we should know about? I was searched again. All my DNA was taken, swabs in my mouth, fingerprints, my entire hands. I had a mugshot taken. And then I was taken down to a cell, which that's really when it hits.
Of course, I can imagine.
It, imagine a prison cell with a bed in one corner, a flat bed in one corner, and a metal toilet in the other.
You're right.
Yeah.
Okay. How long were you there, Charlotte?
In the cell for 5 hours. So the whole thing lasted about 7 hours, and then at 3 o'clock I was released with no further action, being told that they'd made their inquiries and established I wasn't part of the protest. I was never questioned.
So you were never questioned. No. Were you offered the chance to call a duty solicitor?
Yes.
You were.
Yes.
Okay.